Hey everybody, Christina here. It has been a good minute since I've made a video. A lot has been going on for me. I was really sick for a couple weeks and couldn't talk. And on top of that, I have become a vegetarian. The big thing right now is that this Friday, me and my friend Kaylee will be leaving to go to the Pacific Northwest. Now this trip is big, and it's big for reasons that, go really back far in my life, but I'm gonna try and synthesize for this video so that as I vlog on the trip, you can really understand why it's such a big deal for me and why it is facing a fear and why it's a challenge and why hopefully I will be celebrating with you in how I face this and how I move through it. So in my past, I have had trouble with and experienced anxiety and travel anxiety and panic attacks. They usually then last for 3 or 4 hours, and I would cry, I would shake, it would sort of, I wasn't really all there, I would kind of dissociate. Now I want to preface this by saying that I truly believe that panic attacks and anxiety is a very personal experience. The triggers are personal. What brings it about for someone is personal. Sometimes it goes way back to our childhoods, and sometimes it just has an association with something from one very impactful experience. For me, I had been having what you could call a panic attack for many years without really understanding what they were. It was really exhausting. It would take everything out of my body and emotions, and I would just sort of wake up and dust myself off and be like, oh, that was, it must have been from the nausea from that thing that I ate. So truly, unless you're talking about it, unless someone is noticing it or there with you, I think a lot of people can struggle with panic attacks or anxiety and not really know what they are or what to do with them. It doesn't help that in our society, I think there's a lot of shame. I think a lot of people suffer alone. I have to say that it is one of the funniest jokes I think that is played on me, that I am so desperate for travel and love travel so much as a part of my life and a part of my experiences, and yet have had experiences where I am terrified to travel. So this is big. This is a big moment. This trip to the Pacific Northwest with my friend Kaylee, we have 4 planes, 1 Bolt bus, 2 trains, and on top of that, a lot of driving and walking and constant movement. For me, the piece that can sometimes cause anxiety is the amount of time between point A and point B. So if I know that I'm on a bus for 3 hours, it's almost like I can't rest until we get to the destination. I want it to be over. I want to know that I've made it. I want to know that I got there. And so the longer that I'm in transit, the more of a challenge it can be, and the more that I have to kind of face these little fears that pop up and the anxiety that could pop up. And I'm really looking forward to this trip because I feel like I've done so much work on myself and so much work on this challenge in particular that I'm ready for the next step, and I'm ready to see how I do. God bless Kaylee. She is very patient. She is the most laid-back person that I know. She's one of the best travelers that I know, and I think she's going to be a really great partner to go on this trip with because almost nothing bothers her. I told her that in the past I have struggled with anxiety, and she was like, oh, I've thrown up on buses, it's fine, it's whatever. So to have someone to move through something that could be challenging for you, that normalizes it and that accepts it and is very laid back and really just present in the experience and able to be spontaneous and able to be out of control comfortably, is a huge blessing for me. So I'm really excited to be doing this with Kaylee, and that hopefully I can move through the waves of discomfort and the waves of being out of control and not just survive it, but enjoy it and find joy in it and make memories. But if you're out there and you've had anxiety, I am with you. If you have had panic attacks, I am with you. They are not fun. They feel very severe and overtaking, and I just want to remind everybody that it's not something to be ashamed of, and it's not something that you need to blame yourself for. I think that if we do it together and we share, that we have a better chance of learning how to move through that discomfort in a way that doesn't feel powerless. As always, tell your story, live your truth, and no one journeys alone.